What's up, everybody? This is the Fan Dude 21 back once again. And what you're looking at here today is a 52-inch Magic Heat ceiling fan. This fan here is a rather unique fan indeed, to say the very least. Of course, it's a knockoff of the Hunter original ceiling fan. And there's a lot of different companies that knocked off the Hunter original fan design. They've had, and they vary in quality depending on the manufacturer. This fan here is probably the basic or most bottom of the barrel in terms of quality that you can get. The fan's entirely made of plastic, the exception of the motor, of course, the mounting bracket, and the blades. The blades are like a balsa wood, very lightweight blade. They're also unusually thick too. They're about a 1/4 inch thick, which is pretty interesting. It's a 3-speed fan, electrically reversible. As you can see, the fan has cane blades, and they're reversible to just plain wood on the other side. And they also offered stencil blades as well for these fans as well. And they came in quite a variety of finishes as well. Most of your basic 80s finishes: white, polished brass, antique brass, brown. And even this finish here is a little bit unusual, and that's copper. And this fan is in copper finish, or supposed to be copper. It might be something else, I don't know. But it looks copper, so I'm just going to guess it's copper. So I've actually never seen one in copper, so this is a first, as these fans are rather uncommon regardless of what finish they come you find one in. So the fan is powered with a Westinghouse motor, and it is very underpowered for this fan. There's also the earlier ones were belt driven, and I would only guess that those were even worse. Then there's a date code on the motor that specifies December of 1983, so the fan was likely manufactured in either 1983 or 1984 thereabouts. So without further ado, we'll give this thing a demonstration. Starting up here on the low speed. As you can see, the switch on the fan is actually a turn dial for the speed control. It's got that pretty weird bathroom faucet clawed dial there, located on the side of the switch housing, so there's no pull chain switches at all on this fan. Another interesting characteristic on this thing was that the pitch of the blade irons themselves are 13 or 14 degrees, pretty steep, surprisingly. But being that this has a underpowered motor, the motor's only rated according to the tag for 200 RPM, that they actually had to detune the pitch by engineering a flywheel that's tapered, which decreases the pitch from 13 degrees to about 10 or even 9 degrees. Very shallow pitch. Take it to medium. The bearings on this fan are in decent condition. The fan was near the brink of seizing up on me when I first got it. But I took the fan apart, put some oil in the bearings, which gave them some more life. But they are still noisy, however. And here's the high speed. And it wobbles. A fan like this with plastic parts, any kind of defect in the casting of the irons or whatever will throw the weight off balance, causing it to wobble. The blades are not really warped, so they might be out of balance. Likely it's a balancing issue here. It's causing a wobble. Like I said, lack of quality. Nothing's out of alignment. If you try to bend these brackets, they'll likely snap on you. As far as speed goes, we're probably doing around 160, maybe 170 RPM. Pretty slow high speed, despite the motor actually rated for 200 RPM. But I don't think this motor was ever designed to push a 52-inch ceiling fan. It's more like a utilitarian fan motor. So we'll floor it in the updraft position. As you see, I had to reach on top of the motor housing to flip the reversing switch. As this fan here is one of those instances where they used a 5/16 shaft for the switch housing, so you can't really accommodate any more wires than what's already in there for a reversing switch in the switch housing. It's a common characteristic on old Casablanca fans, Fasco fans, Emerson fans. You name it. Mostly American-made fans. And possibly some imports in between. The low speed on both updraft and downdraft is pretty aesthetically slow, as you can see. Back up to medium. The sound you're probably hearing on the fan is the canopy. It's loose up there. It's designed to be installed on a drywall ceiling, so it secures tight and allows it. But since it's not, there's no harm. No drywall ceiling here. It's going to, it just has no choice but to hang loose up there. And it's got a little bit of some more significant wobble on updraft there. Pretty ridiculous. But the bearings actually have quietened down quite a bit. I'm surprised. So we'll let this thing coast to a stop here. Definitely a very, very odd fan. It looks more like a unholy union between a Hunter Original and a Emerson friction drive. The Emerson friction drive uses the same canopy and switch housing as on this fan here. So likely the Emerson and Magic Heat sourced the plastic from the same company. Still have yet to find a friction drive though. That's a fan that I haven't got my hands on yet. Well, this certainly is a pretty bad fan in terms of quality, however, it is not the worst. I do have one of those Panama Fan Company gear drive fans from the early 80s that were only magazine ordered, and I just have the motor assembly and the blade irons, but unfortunately I don't have the blades with it. Who knows, maybe these blades might actually fit it. I'll have to check. But there you go, folks. There was the 52-inch Magic Heat ceiling fan from 1983 or 1984. And the copper finish So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And like always, we'll see you next time.